Hi, welcome back to Lakeside Quilt Making Arts. This video is being released on Saturday, and well, to be more exact, this video is being released on Saturday in April of 2024, just in case you're watching this in the future. So what that means to you is that we are moving the needle on one of the Moda blockheads, because on Saturdays, until I get caught up on the 4 blockheads that I had to skip, then I'm going to be moving the needle every Saturday. And since Saturdays are not when I normally have programming, when I normally release content, I'm just able to squeeze in a little bit of effort. But I call it moving the needle because I'm finding some time and getting something done. And when you do that, you make progress. So what are we working on? This one is block 4. So if you go back and watch last Saturday's video, you'll see that we are working on Morning Star with, what is her name? I can't read in the screen. Barbara Groves of Me and My Sister Designs. So what we did last time is we picked out our colors, and this time, and we decided that we were going to be working on a 6.5 inch or 6-inch finish block. So I got some little bitty pieces to cut over here. And I may be crazy because that's a lot of pieces for something small, but you know, I really, even though I can feel like I get overwhelmed a little bit by looking at a 6-inch block and thinking about the tininess of it, it's really not that much more difficult. It's less stitches, smaller pieces. You just have to go a little bit slower, but the way you piece it really isn't that different, at least from my knowledge base right now. So there's 3, 6, 8 different pieces that we will cut out. And how many different lines of fabric are we using? A shoreline. A is our shoreline background floral. B is our men's floral background. C is our men's floral background. Okay, so we got that in 2 different ones. We got the shoreline background floral in 2 different ones, 2 in pink, and then 2 in green, G and H. Oh, but one of the greens is the vine lattice. These are the 2 greens we're using. I call this one the vine one, and this is the lattice. I'm sorry, this is the vine lattice, and then this is a small scale floral. And then I call this the men's shirts floral background, and I call this our shoreline background, and our pink is from our men's shirts. Right there. That's what we're using. So our objective today is get all these cut out and then placed on the design board so we know how it gets pieced together. And the next Saturday we will get it pieced together. As I cut everything, I'm going to put it on the design wall, and then I'll meet you back here on the back side of doing that. All right, as promised, let me see which side is up. This side is up. I'm not going to turn it directly up so that nothing falls off. Not everything is pinned, and you don't know how much friction is going to work in your favor or not. What we've got going on here is the 4 corner squares. You break it down this way. Your 4 corner squares are made out of 3 pieces. Those 4 units are identical, and they're made out of 3 pieces. Then we have 2 sets of flying geese. You have this flying geese and this flying geese, and then a center square. And that's it. It's really not that hard. It's much easier to trim up than I thought it was going to be to cut. I mean, let me show you. These are our outer flying geese, and this is our inner flying geese. And of course, this is our inner square. So we had this smaller scale, a little bit more concentrated green, and then radiating out from that, it gets a little bit brighter. So we had the green that has a little bit more white in it, and that has the vine and the lattice work going on. And of course, our pink is the pink is what works to make our different flying geese, the outer one and the inner one here. And then we've got our 4 corner squares. It's that simple. I almost feel like I've got enough energy right now that I could start to working on at least these guys or doing something. But I'm going to stick to my schedule on this because I'm going to have a big day tomorrow. I've had a huge week, and it would be good if I got an extra 30 minutes of sleep instead of spending 30 more minutes pushing forward to get ahead on something that I am giving myself, lots of time to do. So I'm going to make the wise choice and just let this sit as is, and we will come back next Saturday and do the next phase. It'll be okay. It's okay. We're moving the needle. We're not trying to break any world records. We are moving the needle and making progress. That's what I've done all week. That's how I got the Moda Blockheads. What was it, number 13 that we did this week? That's how I got it done. Each day, I just moved the needle, right? I believe it took 4 days to do that one block for Moda Blockheads number 13, which is, yes, this one over here. And that's okay. I had a crazy week, but I found time every day to make progress, and I felt better uh, during each day. And at the end of this week, ending this week, knowing that I got further along on my main objective, which is, this YouTube channel and this quilt and staying in pace with everybody else. Yeah, I dropped some balls on some other things. I didn't do dishes very well. I had a little bit of clutter built up in my kitchen, and my car still needs to be unloaded. But those things will get done. In fact, my kitchen looks a whole lot better now. I've already done that because when I came back from town today, I took care of that. Some days and some weeks, you just get caught up in having too much on your plate, and that's how it was for me this week. But I made it. I made that. I'm making another one here, and I made progress on over there behind where you are. I made progress on the Jen Kingwell Pick-A-Petal quilt as well, picking out my colors for the next blocks that we're doing there, and that's the log cabin blocks. I'm so excited about that one. I did go back to the quilt store today to get more of the dark blues so I can make all of my log cabins in different navies. A little bit of tone on tone, a little bit of some lighter ones, but not much. I want really saturated log cabins. We're going to do 20 of them, and we're going to put applique on them. And I wanted a really dark background. I'm so excited to get started on that. That's what I'll start in on tomorrow. I'll just do a little bit of chores in the house, and then I'll start on that. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready to spend a little bit of quality time in my studio. After this week I've had, yes, sign me up for that. Speaking of signing up, there's something I would like for you guys to do, and you really don't have to sign up. And that's my whole point. The Facebook page for Lakeside Quilt Making Arts exists. It's not governed at this point. Whenever I'm sure I need to at some point, I probably need to put some kind of gatekeeping in there that says, hey, please be nice to everybody. But right now, you can go to it and you can just join it, and you can share pictures of what you're doing. And I ask for you to do that. I'd love to see what you're doing. You don't have to email it to me personally. You don't have to mail anything to me. Just go to Facebook. Just join the Facebook group there. Eventually, I'll get the Facebook more incorporated into what we're doing. I just haven't had the bandwidth to get to the Facebook yet, but I will get there. So in the meantime, go ahead and join and share pictures and talk amongst yourselves, and I'll pipe in there too. And right now, all I'm doing is sharing our YouTube channel links over there, and I don't even do that every time I put up a video. I need to, I just forget to. I probably need some help from somebody to run the Facebook and the Instagram together to coordinate with what YouTube is doing. But right now, it's wide open. Go over there, join, share your pictures. I'd love to see what all you guys have going on. Whether it's Moda Blockheads, it's Jen Kingwell's Block of the Month with the quilt show, or any of them, like the one we're about to start. And I did hear Kimberly Jolly say today that she's starting the Piece and Quilt sampler sew along. She's starting at April 15th. So that's coming up, right? What is that? Monday after next. I'm so relieved. I was afraid I might be getting behind, but then she said it today. I was watching her live that she was doing. So I'm really relieved to hear that. I think I've got everything in order. In fact, when I went to the quilt store today and I was looking for more navies, I went to Camille Roskelly's Shoreline line. It just kind of caught my eye. And I thought, I was looking at that darker blue that's in that line of fabric. And I thought, well, I wonder if I should get some of that to see if it works inside this quilt for the Jen Kingwell. And so I went ahead and I put it in my pile. I decided by the time I got up to the cutting table that I should go ahead and get 3 yards of it. And I still stand by the decision. I think it was a good decision. Why I got 3 yards is to use it as the back of the Piece and Quilt that we'll be making with Kimberly Jolly and Gosh, I think several people are doing it. Of course, Lisa Alexander and Susan Aki and Pat Sloan and Sherry McConnell. Everybody is doing it. I cannot wait to be part of something big like that and to learn from so many people and to hear what their nuances about how they're doing it. That's why I want you guys to join the Facebook group, because it really is informative when you see how other people are doing the same thing that you're doing, when you hear their ideas and their concepts and see how they're putting things together. It's always coming to say goodbye to you guys too. With that, I will say goodbye. Thank you for being here. Thank you for encouraging. Thank you for being part of this community. And everybody who is subscribing, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. You guys take care. Happy stitching. We'll see you soon. See you tomorrow.